Whatever happened to accountability? You embarrass yourself on global TV. Then you blame the orange man for handing down your punishment. Everywhere you look, everywhere it's a he or a she. They're victims of discriminating. I guess it wasn't enough to humiliate yourself on global television. I guess it wasn't enough to have the entire world watch you face the consequences of behaving like a petulant child. You know, I have been alive for 40 years. I have never, in 40 years, seen a 77-year-old man throw a temper tantrum until Tuesday night. I have got to give credit to the Trumper. This dude has a unique way of pissing people off. I thought the symptoms of stage 4 OMB, Orange Man bad! I thought the symptoms of stage 4 OMB were out of control with the yentas on The View. The toxic mouth farts, the uncontrollable boodle breeze, the sounds of the boodle flute creating a thick smog that is devastating to the ozone layer. But the behavior of the yentas, that behavior is tame compared to what we saw from Al Green the other night. And as is often the case, it's not the behavior that's the main problem. Everyone makes mistakes. We have all lost control at one point or another. The behavior was bad enough, but the main problem is the complete lack of accountability. On the first day of my junior year of high school, my algebra teacher, she was introducing herself to the class. She was all excited because she had just purchased new school supplies. I'm so happy. I bought a new protractor. I bought new pencils. Look at this new eraser. This thing is amazing. It was like watching a nerd play with an erector set. I have never seen someone so happy about school supplies in my life. Even though she was excited about her new nerd tools, she was complaining because she had to buy them with her own money over the summer. I guess the school district didn't see the need in having markers that represented every color of the rainbow, so she spent her own money to buy supplies. For reasons unknown, she was passing her new toys around the class thinking that a group of 16-year-old kids gave a damn about a stainless steel protractor. No one gave a damn about the new erasers either, except Uncle KC. I was a mischievous young man. I didn't like rules. I liked to do things that I wasn't supposed to do. Since my teacher was all excited about her new nerd toys, I decided that I would join in her excitement. So when it was my turn to play with her new eraser, I waited for the markers to come around, and I took a black magic marker and I wrote my name on her eraser. KC. I thought it was great. I even took my time to make sure my penmanship was perfect. That way, everyone in the back of the class could see my name when the eraser was resting on the chalkboard. For a 16-year-old kid, that's pretty thoughtful, right? Unfortunately, my teacher didn't share in my thoughtfulness. She didn't share in my excitement. The way she reacted, you would have thought that I had stuck the eraser in my ass. She was pissed off. She threw me out of class, which is fine with me because I never liked math anyway. Hell, outside of the social aspect, I never liked school. Later that night, my algebra teacher, she calls my parents, demanding that I be punished for defacing her new eraser. Naturally, I tried to deflect blame. I told my parents it wasn't a big deal. It's just an eraser. Who cares? Well, she cared. My dad, he didn't give a damn about the eraser, but he did care about the fact that his son refused to accept responsibility. His son refused to take accountability for his own actions. That's why I was punished. If I would have just owned my mistake or owned my behavior, I might have gotten away with being punished, but I didn't. Throughout the week this week, Congressman Al Green, he has been given multiple opportunities to own his mistake. And just like Uncle Casey at 16, he has refused to do so. But there is a huge difference in teenage Casey and Al Green, because Al Green is 77 years old and he should know better. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Casey_BTL84. I've had several of you guys reach out to me this week wondering why you're not receiving notifications on new videos. Unfortunately, I don't know. I have no idea. I have been told that YouTube has implemented some algorithm changes. They have changed the way that the platform is recommending videos. While the glitches are being worked out, it is having a devastating impact on content creators. Yesterday was my worst performing day on the channel in 2 years. Eventually, everything will balance out. It'll work itself out and everything will return to normal. In the meantime, all I can do is keep going. These are very humbling times for content creators, but to me, it's also a reminder of how dedicated and how loyal you guys are. There are always downturns throughout the year, but you guys always pull me through it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys carrying me through them. Thank you. Tuesday night, the Donnie gave his first State of the Union address as Trump 2.0. I thought Donnie was exceptional Tuesday night. I thought it was the best speech that he has ever given. But the members of the Party of Misery, they didn't feel the same way. 5, maybe 10 minutes into the speech, deacons at Woke United Methodist were upset. Well, Casey, why were they mad? Who in the hell knows? I think Liz Warren was upset because the speech, it was interrupting her concentration while she was passionately texting Sitting Bull. I couldn't really tell what Nancy Pelosi was feeling since, her face hasn't moved in 60 years. But I damn sure knew what Al Green and his walking stick were thinking. As the Trumper was speaking, Al and the big stiffy, they slowly stood up and they started yelling incoherently. Watch it for yourself.
Continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum. The chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Could you be any more starved for attention? Could you try any harder to get noticed? I know Algie is single. At 77 years old, I highly doubt that Algie is getting much attention from the ladies. Hell, I doubt he was getting feminine attention at 27 years old, much less 77. But the Orange Man, he is not there to satisfy your need for attention. Donnie wasn't there to be your toxically masculine shoulder to cry on. Seconds after Algie had his emotional outburst, his caboose was bruised as he was kicked out of Congress. Following day, Al Green, he was censured by Congress. Well, Casey, what the hell does that mean? From my understanding, it doesn't mean a damn thing. According to the Senate website, censuring is a formal statement of disapproval. Translation: Al Green was acting real bad. He was being mean to Dad and made him real mad. Yesterday morning, Al Green was the guest on The Breakfast Club with DJ Envy and Charlie the Frog. Maybe it's just me, but The Breakfast Club doesn't seem to be as big as it used to be. There was a time when Charlie the Frog, he was being compared to Howard Stern. Not Howie, I'm talking about prime Howard Stern. But I just don't hear much anymore about The Breakfast Club. But either way, Al Green was the guest yesterday morning. He was given the opportunity to take responsibility for his juvenile behavior. He was given the chance on a national platform to explain himself. But instead of taking accountability, Al Green pulled out his woke Bible and referenced the woke commandments. More specifically, he referenced the first woke commandment. According to Weird Al, his behavior Tuesday night, it was perfectly acceptable for a congressman. And the reason that he was removed from the State of the Union, it had nothing to do with his behavior. It was another classic case of mythical racism. Watch for yourself.
There is invidious discrimination in the House of Representatives. I'm a son of the segregated South. I had to sit in the back of the bus. the balcony of the movie, drink from a colored water fountain. I know what invidious discrimination looks like. I know what it smells like. When the speaker decided that I would be removed, and then there was this motion, this resolution to censure me, it became obvious to me that I was not being treated as others were. Mm-hmm. And candidly speaking, it is invidious discrimination, harmful discrimination.
Really? Really? You want to blame mythical racism? Al Green was born in New Orleans in 1947. I happen to believe him when he says that he has experienced racism in his life. 1950s, 1960s, it was a different time in this country. There's not a doubt in my mind that Al Green is telling the truth about that. It's also why I don't believe him when he blames mythical racism for what happened the other night. Al Green said it himself. He knows what racism looks like. Someone please explain to me how racism was involved on Tuesday night. Someone please make it make sense. If Nancy Pelosi had done the same thing, she would have been removed too. In that case, would they blame mythical misogyny? Probably so. The problem, though, for Al Green, no one is biting into this shit sandwich. We all have eyes. The entire world saw what happened Tuesday night. They witnessed your juvenile behavior. They saw your fake outrage. They knew that the rest of your deacons at Woke United Methodist, they would continue interrupting the Trumper if they didn't make an example out of you. So they kicked Al Green out of the building. And it was the strangest thing. There wasn't another interruption all night. I wonder why. If this had happened 4 or 5 years ago, some people would sympathize with Al Green because that is what he is doing, begging for your sympathy. But in the year of our Lord 2025, no one believes you. The myth of racism has been exposed. The business of mythical racism is bankrupt. Joy Reid, fired. Bomani Jones, unemployed. Tiffany Cross, unemployed. Jamel Hill, unemployed. Well, Casey, that's not true. Jamel Hill is working for Turner Sports. Not for long. TNT saw so much potential. They saw so much value in Jamel Hill. They buried her show on True TV. You know who else has a show on True TV? Mr. Clean. All Al Green had to do was take responsibility. That's all he had to do. Instead, he tried to play the role of the ultimate victim. He begged for your sympathy. And all he did was prove that America made the right decision when we rejected the woke fungus. Give me your thoughts on this. Al Green refuses to take responsibility for his own actions. Instead, he blames mythical racism. He basically accuses the Trumper of being racist because he had him removed from the State of the Union. Why do Democrats keep doing this? Why do they keep pushing these false narratives after America has clearly rejected the woke fungus? I don't get it. I don't understand it. You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.